Shalom. All praise and glory be unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakwadash, the abundance of the other apostles of the great millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, this laboring. And Shalom to you, few Akwaf that listen and believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Today's lesson is going to be about pretty much, health, because when you factor in on the current health condition of many Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American people, a lot of it is a lot of our health are pretty bad due to the lack of of incorporating this knowledge of the scriptures in your life, because we primarily teach prophecy, but the scriptures have more elements, and every element to live upon this earth, as far as anything you want to know about living, the right way and the wrong way. But you want to live the right way. Everything is in the scriptures, and you just gotta search the scriptures, man. And you'll find that the way you was raised, the way you ate growing up, for many of us, was pretty bad. And a lot still remain bad. I can say some, but the majority of our people still live a bad life of eating things they ought not, and for that reason, the Israelites are plagued with all kinds of sicknesses and disease within the body. Matter of fact, before I read the scriptures, I brought up so much, man. Let me see. I'm gonna try not to make it too long, but I just want to go into a little bit about health. It's an article I pulled up. It says 5 foods to improve your digestion. All right, and I'm going to scroll through it because I don't want to read the whole thing, but I'll read a little bit so you get an idea. It said digestive problems, digestive problems such as gas, constipation, and diarrhea affect millions, with 15% of people in Western countries experiencing a severe form of gut sensitivity called irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. In this article, Linda Lee, MD, shares 5 foods that promote healthier digestion and help you avoid common gastrointestinal symptoms. Salaki. Now I'm just going to read the list of things that she go into, just to give you an idea. All right. It says whole grains. It says white or brown rice? Question mark. Whole wheat or white bread? If you want your gut to work better, choose whole grains. Yeah, that's the truth, It says choose whole grains, says Lee, adding that optimal colon function requires at least 25 grams of fiber daily compared to refined carbohydrates like white bread and pasta. Whole grains provide lots of fiber as well as added nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids. When gut bacteria ferment fiber, they produce short-chain fatty acids, Lee says. These molecules encourage proper function in the cells lining the colon, where 70% of our immune cells live. So, hey, they're saying you are what you eat. And one thing about me is I love whole grains. I was actually raised off whole grains. In particular, my my mom, her mom, is a Gadite, and she was big into whole grain, and she ate a lot of grain, so I was introduced to grain because of her, and I didn't know the importance of grain, but I ate them a lot growing up, and I didn't have I didn't have bad digestion health until I go home to my mom's house. So it was I noticed a difference when I look back as a kid or as an adult. I'm sorry, when I was a kid, I would notice the difference between what things I eat, versus things I eat when I go to my mom's house, and then to add um, my my grandma. That grandma ate a lot of greens. She loved greens, whether it was any kind of greens, collard, kale. She loved it, and then also lettuce. I'm sorry, not lettuce, but cabbage. But yeah, she loved greens. So I was introduced to greens and grains. Green leafy things and grains. That was a good thing. Now it says leafy greens. That's another one. All right, leafy greens, such as spinach or kale, which Dr. Sebi broke down that spinach really is, you know, really is lacking in nutrition, but kale is what you should eat. And I actually prefer kale because I know kale to be good. It says leafy greens such as spinach or kale are excellent sources of fiber, as well as nutrients like folate, vitamin C, vitamin K, and vitamin A. Research shows that leafy greens also contain a specific type of sugar that helps fuel growth of healthy gut bacteria. Eating a lot of fiber and leafy greens allow you to develop an ideal gut microbiome, says Lee, referring to the trillions of organisms that live in the colon. Yep. Lean protein. I know this very well. I've been studying lean protein. It's actually an my brother that helped me to get into the different supplements to take in for the body. And he broke down proteins and different things I need because I exercise. Um, I like to go in the gym and go crazy, but I mean crazy. I mean like go crazy, like work out excessively, But that's something that you can look into yourself. All right, protein is good for muscle building. I know that to repair the muscles. It says lean protein. It says people with IBS, which IBS is there was the intestinal or what was the term they used for IBS? Uh, Bear me 1 second. IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. That's what it was. Slovakia. This is my first time learning that term. Irritable bowel syndrome. All right, irritable bowel syndrome. People with IBS or bowel sensitivity should stick with lean proteins and avoid foods that are rich in fat, including fried foods. Yeah, I cheat here and there. You know, I like fried foods. I have a craving for fried chicken every now and then I'll go have it. It says we know that high fat foods can trigger contractions of the colon. Lee says noting that fat content is just one reason to avoid red meat. Red meat also promotes colon bacteria that produce chemicals associated with an increased risk of clogging the arteries. Yeah, it ain't good to eat a lot of red meat. Uh, I'll have steak, but I don't like steak because I don't like the way it gets caught up in your teeth and all that. But more importantly, though, I know steak ain't good for the body to break down. All right, and think about the meat Jake eat, man, on the daily. Let me see. Let's go to the book of Sirach. Let's go Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus 36. And we're going to go to about verse 18. I believe it says, "The belly devoureth all meats, yet is one meat better than another." And it's true, There are better meats than other meats. And it just so happened to be that red meat is one of the worst meats to consume. So I don't advise or condone anybody to indulge in a lot of red meats. I have my steak tacos, or I have a steak burrito when I have a taste for it, but I try to deal with it in very, very limited intake measures. I'll say that. It says low fructose fruits. If you're somebody who's prone to gas and bloating, you may need to reduce your consumption of fructose or fruit sugar, says Lee, pointing out that foods like apples, pears, and mango are all high in fructose. Berries and citrus fruits such as oranges and grapefruit contains less fructose, making them easier to tolerate and less likely to cause gas. Bananas are another low fructose fruit that are fiber rich and contain inulin, a substance that stimulates the growth of good bacteria in the gut. Now, I eat plantains. I don't really care for bananas because when I researched and found out that bananas are not organic, but I know plantains are. But plantains have those soft seeds, so I indulge in plantains. All right, avocado. It says avocado, which I love. I love avocado. I love guacamole, all that, right? Avocado is actually amazing. It says avocado is a superfood packed with fiber and essential nutrients, such as potassium, which helps promote healthy digestive function. It's also a low fructose food, so it's less likely to cause gas. Foods like nuts and avocados are really nutrient dense, says Lee. They also have a lot of fat, so you have to eat them in moderation, which is true. I like to eat pecans, almonds, things like that. And you know, I do notice that when I eat a handful of the different nut mixes I buy from the store, actually do satisfy the gut as well as the digestive system. Excuse me. This is Let's go back to in fact, while I'm in Ecclesiastes, let's jump over to the 37th chapter. So Ecclesiastes 37 or Sirach 37. I'm gonna jump down a bit because um I was mentioning meats. One thing that Jake like to do is go to buffets. Buffets are not good. I know him personally. Man, you eat so unhealthy when you go to buffets, as far as most people, especially Jake. And it's not good too. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 37 in verse. Let's see, let's jump down a little bit. Let's start at verse 29. Yeah, we're going to start at 29. It says, "Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats." When people go to the buffets, man, goddamn, go crazy. Like, that's the whole purpose of a buffet, to be greedy upon meats. Because when you go to a buffet, no matter what buffet it is, the main thing you see there is meats. All right, you may have fried chicken. You may have brisket. You may have Salisbury steak right there. You may have baked chicken. You may have different meats, man. You may have a pork chop at the which is crazy, but what I'm saying, these are different things they have at buffets, wing dings, they have a variety of meat. All right. So it says, "Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats, for excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler." No, surfeiting is eating in excess, being a glutton, being just a total glutton. It says return to choler. Now choler, let's look that up real quick. Choler. Click on it. Let's click on it so you know what choler is. On the online etymology dictionary app, it says bile as one of the humors, in excess of which was supposed in old medicine to cause irascibility or temper, anger. So yeah. So basically, what it's saying is you eat too much meat, um, it's gonna cause anger because by I guess by you not knowing how much meat you're packing into your stomach, it causes major discomfort because one of the things is to be irritable, irritable feeling, man. So it's not good to be excessive in meats. It says, "For excessive meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler. Uh, by surfeiting have many perished, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life." And you have it where um, a lot of people every day with their meal they gotta have meat. All right, but that's not so. With men of understanding, I have my weeks where I'll go a day, sometimes 2 days off of meat, uh, especially when I'm on point, because I know uh, that eating meat every day ain't good. So I have to dial back. And even though I eat once a day, still I'm aware of how much meat to take in when I do eat it. I'm not trying to do it in excess or excessiveness. All right. Now, with fruit, there's a thing with fruit where if you go into the store, you have to make sure it's organic and whatnot, and that's in itself is crazy. So go to the store, if you go to the store and you go into the produce aisle or just where they got the fruits and veggies at, you know, it shouldn't be an option, but it is where you actually have to choose between organic and non-organic, which I find to be an outrage in itself. But you got to choose carefully, and then on top of it, it's already polluted because of the things that Esau sprays on them. But this is Genesis chapter 1. Excuse me. Genesis chapter 1. I'm gonna jump down. Let's go to verse 11. All right, it says Genesis 1 and 11. And the power said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. Notice it said, "whose seed is in itself." That's where the term organic comes from, because in order for it to be organic, it has to have a seed. So people that eat bananas, you know, knows that bananas don't have a seed. Okay, So that's something to think about. All right, I don't eat bananas because they don't have seeds. All right, now I do see where they'll have organic bananas, and like yo, I've bought them, and there's still no seed up in it. So yeah, I just eat plantains, and I let the plantains turn from green to light brown, and that's when it's ready to eat. All right, and they're very good actually, very pleasant to eat. Verse 12 it says, "And the herb brought forth grass, an herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind, and the powers saw that it was good." So, look, Yahweh Shai and the elect angels seen that it was good, man. Because the word there for God will be Allahayim. He and the angels, you know, um, hey, everything that was made was good. So, if everything was made, if everything that they made was good, why not live according to it? Seeing that it's already good, you know. And that's the reason you have a boom of farmers markets. Those farmers markets are great, but they're very expensive. Very expensive. If you was to go grocery shopping at a farmers market, you got to have a lot of money to go home with food, with enough food, because for one, just about everything there is perishable within days. So you're taking the risk. You know, it's best to buy every week. Buy every week, and you know, grab things that's gonna last for almost a week. And you can find everything there pretty much is organic. All right, and you need fruit to have seed because that's organic fruits have all the nourishment and nutrients you have. All right, they have all the nutrients and vitamins that you need from them when it's organic. So it's the reason why they have seeds that you know it's real. All right. Now Esau do spray his pesticides on it and contaminate them, But that's the reason why we need, the Heavenly Father to send Yahweh Shai back to liberate us, so everything can go back to its original organic state. All right, but still, do the best you can eat. Do the best you can to eat the best way you possibly can. All right, let's jump down to 29 to go with that verse 29. And the power said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat." Hey, I mean, again, organic, organic, organic. If you're not eating organic, you're already behind. Even though you have the pesticides, you're still behind if you're not eating organic, because you can at least rinse stuff off as far as pesticides. If it's within the fruit, whatever, you know, that's another thing. But still, you want to eat organic. Period. I see a lot of Jakes eating what's that? The seedless watermelon. And you crazy, man. I don't even buy seedless watermelon. I bought a seedless watermelon on accident one time. And I was like, yo, this watermelon ain't got no seeds. I'm like, yo, I don't want this shit. And this is before I knew the truth. I was like, yo, that's weird as hell. And I was like, it's weird, watermelon don't have no seeds. When they do that, where they do that at? But hey, Esau is ruling, right? So, the scriptures say about the wicked. All right. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And Esau is the wicked. Clearly the wicked. Now, speaking of herbs, let me see. What was that? Esdras when the angel told Esdras to eat the herbs and also flowers. All right. Let's see, second Esdras 9. I actually written it down. Hopefully. Second Esdras 9 and 24. This is what the angel told you. The angel, I believe it was Uriel, told Esdras. It says, he said, Second Esdras 9 and 24. But go into a field of flowers where no house is, build it, and eat only the flowers of the field. Taste no flesh, drink no wine, but eat flowers only, and pray unto the highest continually. Then will I come and talk with thee. So I went my way into the field, excuse me, which is called Ardath, like as he commanded me, and there I sat among the flowers, and did eat of the herbs of the field, and the meat of the same satisfied me. So somebody probably wondering, like, man, what the hell do you eat flowers for? Well, you have certain flowers that have benefits, man. All right? Certain flowers have benefits. Let's go to it. It says the health benefits of edible flowers. It says flowers don't just look pretty and smell pretty. Some of them taste pretty good and pack in a punch as far as wellness goes. Most edible flowers are rich in vitamin C, and each boasts a wealth of individual benefits that make them a must-add to your diet. Here's a look at some of them. So hibiscus, which I love hibiscus tea, it's pretty good. All right. It says the petals of this beautiful red flower contain antioxidants, which help reduce bad cholesterol levels in the body and increase good cholesterol levels. They are also great for people with liver disorders. Regular intake of hibiscus flower enhances skin and hair health as well. So hey, there you go, man. This is violets. All right. See what it says. It says, don't be fooled by the small and diminutive appearance of the violet. This flower has anti-inflammatory properties, aided by its rutin content, which also boosts blood vessel health. Violets are also good to treat respiratory ailments. They are potassium rich, aiding heart and muscle function too. Hey, you gotta look these things up, man. All right, gotta look these things up. It says rose petals. Rose petals. It says there's a reason rose milk is so popular. Not only does it taste good, it is also healthy. People around the world include rose petals and rose hips in their diet in various ways. The ancient Chinese used it to treat digestive and menstrual disorders. They are low calorie. They are low calorie, being water rich, and contain amounts of vitamins A and E, nourishing the body from the inside out. Hey man, I'm telling you, power of flowers. This is marigolds, or calendula are well known for their uses when applied topically to wounds and to cure skin ailments. But eating the flowers themselves offers a variety of health benefits. This is primarily because of the high flavonoid content, which promotes cell health and potentially prevents cancer. Marigolds also contains lutein and zeaxanthin, which keep degenerative eye diseases at bay. Uh, Chamomile and lavender. It says you're probably are familiar with these two flowers thanks to their predominance in teas. Brewing a pot of tea with the fresh petals or grinding them into a paste and ingesting may be even more beneficial. I never thought of that one. far as eating them or consuming them. It says both these herbs work on your digestive system, ease stress, and work as gentle sleep aids. Lavender is also a good source of vitamin A. So, like I said, man, it has its benefits, man. All right, it has its benefits, and you know, to add, you know, um, a lot of you Jakes out there, a lot of you Israelites have bad, really, really bad bowel movements, and a lot of you got hemorrhoids. I, I work with a man personally that his hemorrhoids were so bad, and I mean really, really bad, and he had to leave work at times because his hemorrhoids were so bad. All right, now this is the book of Deuteronomy 28:15, and I had a mild case of them, and it went away, and it was due to me changing my daily diet years ago, and I've been okay ever since, for the most part. I don't have really any issues with that, for the most part. So, but when I had a mild case of them, they were pretty bad. It's due to what you eat, though. Like I said, you are what you eat, and that's a popular saying because it's true. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass that, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now, I want to jump down because I spoke about hemorrhoids, and somebody like, man, hemorrhoids, yeah. Jump down to verse 27. It says, the Lord will smite, when it's all caps, it'll be Yahweh. It says, Yahweh will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed. Yeah, when you look at the word, it ain't funny, but it's funny. It says emerods is an archaic term for hemorrhoids. Yeah. And it even references the scripture. It says, Bible verse, the Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt and with the emerods, which I just read, Deuteronomy 28, verse 27. So, yeah. And hey, I'm telling you, they ain't no joke, because they literally burn, itch. I didn't have a severe case, but I know if it had been worse, man. Because one Jake I was working with that used to go home, man, he said he bleed. He said he bleed like crazy. If you get them real bad, they bleed like crazy. So like, yeah. Imagine having the man, your butt all bloody. Man, it's sick to think about, man. But yeah, it's true. Yeah. Um, Constant. When you go to the bathroom, it's irritation. When you wipe, it's irritation. Um, Taking a bath helps soothe them. But like I said, if you don't just change your daily diet, they won't go away. And one thing that helped me out was I chew a lot of herbs. I love herbs, and herbs is like one of my most passionate things to consume. I'm real passionate about consuming herbs because I know the benefits of herbs. Proverbs have their benefits, so you must look them up. All right, you got the Levitical law, even concerning the meats. So when you ingesting all these meats, you don't even take in the right herbs or grains to help you even break that stuff down. Because everything works hand in hand. Right? Everything works hand in hand. This is the book of Proverbs. Excuse me. Proverbs chapter 27. I'm going to go up to verse 25 and read down. Proverbs 27 and 25. And this is King Solomon, because he's the author of Proverbs. These are his Proverbs. It says, the hay appeareth, and the tender grass showeth itself, and herbs of the mountains are gathered. The lambs are for thy clothing, and the goats are the price of the field. And thou shalt have goat's milk enough for thy food, for the food of thy household, and for the maintenance of thy maidens. Now, start with verse 25. You notice it said the herbs of the mountains, right? Well, how you think Esau was able to survive? You look up what you read in Job, where he speaks about the juniper roots, and you look up juniper roots. Juniper roots has great benefits. All right, and digestive benefits are one of the main ones. All right, so that's one. When it says goat milk, all right, goat milk is actually great. That's how I actually was able to help get over my hemorrhoids. I had a mild case of them. I changed my daily diet up. Goat milk help break down your bowel. All right, your bowel may have all this waste in it, but goat milk actually help break it down and make your bowel movement real soft. All right, it really does help with your bowel movements. I know it personally. It's an acquired taste at first, but you get used to it. But goat milk is great, and also it has its benefits too. All right, it has other benefits as well. All right, and actually, you're supposed to drink goat milk. All right, goat milk is the best milk to drink, in my humble opinion. But I say that because someone might say, "Oh, it's good to drink this milk." Well, it's really not an opinion. I'm basing it because the scriptures speak about goat milk. Goat milk is great, man. So that's something to think about. But going back to meats, the Levitical law of Leviticus, the 11th chapter. All right, this is the law of clean and unclean things to eat, as far as meats to eat. And if you want to know what meats to eat and what meats not to eat, Leviticus 11th chapter breaks it all down for you. All right. Now, I'm not going to read it entirely, but I'm going to go through a little bit of it. All right. I'll start at the top. It says Leviticus 11:1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud, it's grass or hay. Right? It says, Among the beasts that ye shall eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that cheweth the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. Now the coney, I know what the coney is, but it's in the back of my mind. But Coney. Coney animal. So, there you go. It says Hyrax animal. Rabbit. Oh, okay. So it's in the rabbit family. Okay, I see now. And you Israelites, yeah. You Israelites out there, you love to eat rabbit, man. And so yeah, you a lot of you Jakes going off by eating rabbit, man. Cause man, especially down south of Babylon, so-called America, eating rabbit and all kind of abominable stuff. It's throughout this land, but it's heavily upheld down in the southern states, and I know it personally. All right, because I've lived down there. All right, it says, and the coney because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof. He is unclean unto you, in the hair, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof. He is unclean unto you, in the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he chewed not the cud. He is unclean unto you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. The swine is a pig, right? So no pork, right? Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean unto you. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. See? It says they shall be even an abomination unto you, and ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses an abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. See, simply just going into the scriptures, man. Will lead you into a better life, entirely. All right, entirely. All right, not only your spirit becomes cleansed and renewed. Eating according to scriptures will lead you to a healthier living life. All right, and that's the truth, man. Let's go to Deuteronomy 4. It says, because Leviticus means law. It says, I could start at the top, but Deuteronomy 4, I'm going to jump down to the point. It says, Deuteronomy 4, and I'm going to start at 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Jehovah my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So, the heathen, they eat jacked up, but they're heathen, and they're gonna learn to eat right once we're in power. But you Israelites, man, you suffer the most because we were given the law, right? We were given the commandments, we were given the judgments, we was given the statutes of the Lord. So you wonder why you're affected more than these heathen that's round about you. Well, it goes back to the Heavenly Father's laws, commandments, and statutes, man, and judgments. Because this is what leads you into life. All right. The book of Hosea 4:6, and it reads, "For my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." Yeah, man. That's spiritually, mentally, and physically. You know, it says, "I will also." Sorry, it says, "Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou should be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children." Yeah, man, because you know, before Yahweh Shah was crucified, the actual priesthood knew about what to eat and what not to eat. Because you know why? They was the ones given charge to uphold the laws, commandments, statutes, and judgments when there arose an issue among us. Well, you go to the law, you go to the statutes, you go to the judgments, you go to the commandments, you know, so you get an understanding what was right, what was wrong, and you deal with it accordingly. All right, and that's the reason why you Israelites out there suffer so much, man. You're stubborn. You don't want to follow the ways of, or to follow the ways that Yahweh Shai has set before us, and that lead to your own destruction, man. A lot of Israelites die early, man, because of what they eat. All right, you see Israelites dying in their 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, kidney failure, liver failure. A lot of these things I just read, you know, promotes kidney health, liver health, pancreatic health, lung health, mental or brain health, you know, heart health, all that, man. See? So, hey, with that, Lord willing, you're edified. Until next time, I say Shalom.